Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation. It is Wednesday, October 28th. We had the FOMC statement earlier today, so we had quite a bit of excitement. My name is Pete Stolzers. I am the founder of One Option. I took you right to my homepage because this pretty much describes what tonight's webinar is all about, making money. I'm not shy about this statement. That's what we do. If you're a day trader, we make money in the chat room every day. Take a look at my investor products tonight. You'll see we're making money across all of the different products I offer, and we're making a killing. So I hope to have you on board. Let's get into the platform right now. This is something that's used by day traders that subscribe to One Option. We pull real-time quotes into the platform, and we have very specialized searches because we're looking for a specific trading pattern. Before I get into that, I'm just going to go over the S&P right now. We'll do quick market analysis. We had a breakdown through horizontal support here. Came down to 182 on the SPY. That was long-term horizontal support. We bounced, tested that support, rallied, and that formed a double bottom. We're able to get through that neckline, and now we're continue to rally up. We're through the 100-day moving average. We're through the 200-day moving average. And we started to pull back and test that 200-day moving average yesterday. We probed it a couple of times and it held. Today, the market opened higher, and it continued to move higher throughout the course of the day. Call a spade a spade. I was looking for a pullback on the FOMC announcement. I thought that they would be hawkish in their statement because employment conditions are improving here and because China has stabilized. They did include those statements. The market did pull all the way back until it was unchanged. That move happened very quickly. The rest of the day we rallied, broke through the high of the day, closed on the high of the day. We are one good day from the all-time high. Can you believe it? I can believe it. We picked this sell-off here perfectly in August. We made a killing. In fact, we sold a lot of our puts down in here on that Monday when we opened down at SPY 182. And we were short and long in here, sold a lot of put credit spreads in here. Man, did those turn out nicely, and we've been long in here as well. So back in here, when everything looked very, very ominous, those of you who are subscribers, I told you it's going to look like the end of the world. China's horrible. It's falling apart. U.S. economy is horrible. Earnings are horrible. Credit issues creeping up. Oh my gosh, Russia invaded Syria. On and on and on. And everybody's going to start talking about how there's not going to be a year-end rally this year. Everything looks horrible. And 2 weeks later, I told everyone you're going to be looking back and you're going to be going, how could I be such an idiot and miss that bottom? Well, here we are. And we've made money here. We made a ton of money here. It's been an excellent year. One of the things that you get when you subscribe to my products is my market forecast. So if you're a trader and you have the platform, you come in and read my market view every day, I don't think you'll find a more accurate forecast on the street. If you sign up for one of my investor products, my market forecast is built in because I review every single trade. It's delivered to me on an interface that I'll show you a little bit later. I take a look at each of those stocks. There's a specific pattern that we trade, and I'm going to show it to you right now. We're looking for 4 elements, and I'm going to pop up my chat room because I posted a couple of charts in it earlier this evening so that it would be easy for me to show you. This is the basic pattern that we trade. The symbol is PB. and you'll see it on one of our searches today. This blue shaded area represents price compression. We're looking for the price of this stock to get compressed, just like a spring. And then eventually that spring is going to release. And when it does, we can expect a sustained move. And the important thing in trading stock or options, particularly options, is that number one, you get the move because that's what gets it on your radar. That initial move gets it on your radar. But you need to have that follow through, and you need to have it very quickly because you're fighting bid-ask spreads, you're fighting volatility collapse, you're fighting time decay. You have everything working against you when you're an option buyer. That's why most option buyers lose money. But when you have the right pattern and you've got these breakouts, they produce sustained moves. Now, if you combine that with accurate market forecasts and you get the breakout and you're on the right side of the market, a market that's moving higher, that's when you can expect 2, 3, 4 days worth of follow through and you've got an excellent trade going. So one of the 4 elements that we look for is price compression. Very, very important. If you take the top of this blue bar, you can see that we've had a horizontal breakout. We also like breakouts. That's the second element. The third element, of course, I'm talking about a bullish trade. The third element is a buy signal for my trading system. My trading system is phenomenal. I worked about 5 years on it, spent hundreds of thousands of dollars developing it, and when combined with additional technical analysis, it is incredibly powerful, as you'll see. Finally, we're looking for volume spike. We want to see high volume within this compression because then we know that this stock is ready to release and go the other way. PB was an excellent example. The longer and tighter the compression, the bigger the breakout. So the first thing, and I'm speaking to day traders right now, the first thing that we look for is a chart that conforms on a daily basis, meaning we like this. These bars are all 1 day long. So we're looking at it on a daily basis and we like it. We've got a very bullish, longer term perspective on the stock. Once we know we like it, for a day trade, we have to wait for the right opportunity to get in on the trade. And so this is a 5-minute chart. And what I've done here is in the platform, you're able to overlay the SPY. And that's important because I'm looking for relative strength. So this is where the day started right here. And you can see how the stock rallied nicely with the market. And then what did it do? It compressed. Everything compressed today because everyone was waiting for the FOMC. These yellow dots in the study are what we look for because they represent price compression. I drew this blue area in here so you can see we're waiting for the FOMC statement and then it comes out, okay? Well, the stock had actually rallied a little bit on the FOMC statement, which is unusual because here's what the market did. The market sold off very, very hard. You can see that we have relative strength. Whoops, I'm sorry about that. You can see that we have relative strength right in here because the stock continues to move up while the market continues to sell off. So this is our entry point for our day trades. FOMC, a little bit of an anomaly today. Let's pretend like this is not an FOMC related anything in here. Okay, we had a little bit of price shock when the news came out. You can see this would be the compression. And once it breaks out of that compression and we have relative strength, we know we want to get in the trade. And these moves are going to happen very, very quickly out of this compression here. So we can have our stop almost at the price that we bought it at, and we're simply waiting for maybe 5 minutes. Certainly within 10 minutes, that move should unfold. If not, just get out of the trade. You can have your stop right there, and let's say that it breaks out and pulls back. You can get out and take a couple penny, a nickel loss, whatever it is, and wait for the next breakout. But when it eventually happens, you can expect to see runs of 20, 30, 40 cents, depending on the price of the underlying stock, If it's an expensive stock, you could see $1 to $2 moves. So we're not in here day trading and scalping nickels. I don't do that. We're making 50 cents, $1, $2 very often. So those are the types of trades that we're looking for. We know that we have the pattern we want on a daily basis. Now we drill down, we wait for the price compression intraday, we look for that relative strength, we look for that breakout above horizontal resistance on that compression, and then we take the trade. Then the rest is simply managing profits. If the stock happens to come up and compress like it did in here, the yellow dots, you could certainly take profits up in here. But you can also see right through here, off of this compression, there's your next entry point right there. And look at how quickly the stock continued to move higher. So this is the pattern that we trade. Now, I'm also going to mention that this is the pattern that we trade. If you're a swing trader, these types of stocks set up very, very well for swing trades that last 2 or 3 days. So when I talk about day trading and being a trader in the chat room, we love to do swing trades. We love to trade options. However, the market has not been conducive for trading overnight positions. When we were in here, we're getting 20-point up moves, 30-point down moves on a daily basis, all over the flipping place. You can't swing trade that. You have to day trade. So we day traded stock very, very successfully in here, and we made a ton of money. Once we started to get this double bottom right in here, I realized the strength that we saw off of this bottom right here. And this is when I started telling everybody we need to get long right now. And we had the unemployment report that came out right in here. And we were buying like crazy on that reversal because we couldn't even come down and touch that. Boy, did we load up here. And then that was Monday, and the rest is history. So this is the type of analysis that you'll get when you sign up. Again, I'm going to be addressing traders for the time being. Within the platform, we have a number of different scans that we use. Now I'm going to simply focus on one set of scans today because there's so many results in here. I'm going to look at Pop Bull and Pop Plus Bull. There is a counterpart, Pop Bear and Pop Plus Bear. So we trade bullish and bearish setups, but right now we've been trading more from the bullish side for obvious reasons. So let's take a look at the first stock on the list. And I'm going to put up my trading system so you can see the arrows. Beautiful price compression right in here, okay? Apple starts coming up on our list right in there. And we were trading it for quite a while before the earnings, and we made really nice money on these options in here. Into earnings, it started to pull back. I don't trade earnings. They came out yesterday. They were decent. And you can see here how the stock has actually broken out to a new relative high. So we're through this resistance level here, and we'll pop up the 100-day moving average. We're above that as well. So we bought some Apple calls today. I suggest that you buy some Apple calls tomorrow. So how do we manage this trade, Pete? When you trade breakouts, it's very easy. This is why we're in the trade, because we're through that price point. Guess where we want to be out of this trade? At that price point. If the stock falls below that price point, get the heck out of the way. You're on the wrong side. But we want these price compressions. They're critical. We want that pent up demand. We want that spring to uncoil. That's how we make money. Combine it with our buy signal, which is a very nice buy signal in here. Boom, off to the races. When I'm telling you that my trading system is excellent, look at that sell signal right there. That would be a compression in there, and you could easily get short Apple very, very nicely there. Here's a price compression. Get short Apple on this breakdown right here. Hallelujah. And I know we did trade that. So now that you know you want it on a longer term basis, from a day trading perspective, you get the gap up, you get the compression here, still waffling around. You got your horizontal resistance right there. Blam! That's your entry point right there. If you got in there, you made really nice money, and then we start to consolidate. Well, you want to be taking profits in here. Now we're compressing. We know we got the FOMC coming in. There's your price compression. Bingo, right there on that breakout. And look at how quickly the stocks move once you have that breakout through the compression. I'm going to go down to a stock that I traded late in the day today, Alta. Let's take a look at the daily. Very, very tight compression in here. You can see how everything's consolidating. And then now, and by the way, you're going to look at this and go, the blue arrows, by the way, are a stop. So that's a long signal, stop out, short, stop. It's chopping around because the stock is not going anywhere. But look at that buy signal right there. Okay, this system, it catches these moves. So we have a buy signal here. We've got a breakout through the horizontal resistance right there. We had excellent volume back in here and volume creeping back in here. So this stock is ready to go. And now we're right up on that all-time high. I wanted it more for a day trade because it does move around a lot. And once the market put in its low today, you had this compression here. This is where I got long. We had a nice profit. I made $1 on that trade in the last hour of trading. AOS is another one I know I traded today. This I traded early in the day. We had a nice rally up. We had our compression here, got in here, took my profits pretty early. I made 50 cents on that trade. But here you've got another one, another price compression in there. That's where you get long. If you wait up until here, you're going to catch that move, which is nice, but you want more. This is a nicer compression right in here because it's really, really tight, and then you get that release. Once things kind of stall out, though, you could take your profits, especially on a day like today where you're waiting for the FOMC. If you've got a day where the market just on a straight grind higher, then you can hold out and try and make bigger profits. BAH, going to go to a daily chart on this one. This is another one that we traded today. See, there you've got your horizontal resistance, got your compression in here, you've got your big volume, you got your buy signal. We got everything we like to see on a longer term basis. And then we got that big gap up. Gotta like that. Stock rallies up, compression. Beautiful. Well, we love that because as soon as it gets through that horizontal resistance, that's where we want to be in. And that's the move. So this is what we look for when we're day trading. Everybody gets so wrapped up in I have to trade options, I have to trade options. You got everybody in the world clamoring about options, options, options. I only trade options. I've been trading options for 25 years. I've traded options on the CBOE. I've traded options for a hedge fund. I've done thousands of option contracts a day. I get a little tired hearing about options because that's all anybody wants to trade, and the liquidity is not that good. When you get away from the top 50 stocks, it falls off dramatically. And the way that the DPMs are set up, designated primary market makers right now, is basically price collusion because they've widened out the bid-ask spreads and they're all on auto trade. So they're watching where each other is bid and they adjust based on where everybody else is, not based on their own trading algorithms. So they keep it as wide as possible. And I love to trade options. If the market's tight, yes, I will trade them. But first and foremost, I want to make money. So I am not going to pass on a really nice looking chart like this just because it has crappy option liquidity. I want to make money. Okay, so there will be some opportunities where we can trade liquid options. That is not the priority. And especially if you're a trader, that is not our priority. Our priority is to find the pattern and to trade the pattern and to stick to the system. If we get lucky and we hit something like Apple, hallelujah. Let's buy some Apple calls. You know, we can leverage up there too, but we're not going to put everything into one trade. So I need to clarify that because yes, the name of my company is One Option. Yes, I love to trade options, but my first priority is making money. So I'm going to show you the chat room because that's where everything comes together. And you can see some of the users that were in the chat room today. We're trading Apple. We post trades in the chat room on a real-time basis. So you can see the timestamp, you can see the prices. All of us in the chat room are using the platform and we're using the scanner to find trades. We know what the pattern is. When we see it and we're taking a trade, we post it in here so that other traders can see it. So this is like a giant think tank. If it doesn't fit the pattern, it doesn't get posted in the chat room. And if I see something that doesn't conform, I'm going to call people out on it because I only want to see the pattern. And what that does is it allows us to be laser focused. When I see a stock come up in the chat room, I can type it in, I can take a look. There's PB right there, there's BAC. Aaron had a nice trade on that. He made 50-cent profit on it. BAC, he made 13 cents on, which is actually pretty big because those options trade at intrinsic value. You could buy an option that's probably 50 cents and they trade in penny increments. So if you make 13 cents on a 50-cent option, you're doing pretty well. But in any case, you can go back throughout the chat and you can see all the different trades that the users are executing. And so we tell each other when we got in, when we got out. And you can see Apple in here. I got long, but other people have been trading Apple earlier in the day as well. So let's go back to the scanner. And these scans are all very, very powerful. Within the scanner itself, there are two filters so that we filter them to make sure that they conform to the system. I have one system that waits for confirmation, price confirmation, and it also uses stops. If I want to go with the raw signal, I'll see completely different set of signals. They tend to agree most of the time. This version does not use stops and it does not wait for price confirmation. So the list will change and you should only have one of these two marked. If you mark them both and it's a fairly quiet day, you're not going to see many results. On a day like today, you could mark them both and you're still going to see plenty of results. Then you know that the stock conforms to both of these. But there are many, many searches and they're really good. They're really powerful. I'm not going to go into that much. You can take a look at a variety of different, I'll just put PB in because we looked at it earlier, but you can take a look at the earnings history. You can take a look at the reaction that the stock has after earnings. This is how the stock has performed after the earnings announcement the last 4 quarters. You can look to see if there's a pattern. Growth rate, information on the company, technical and fundamental strength. I've got expert ratings for all of this. Market view, you can see what the markets are doing, get my market forecast, my strategy for the day. I post this before the open each day. This you can use to find groups and sectors with strength. You can open it up into the group. You can sort these. I mean, the platform is just an incredible trading resource. There are 2 ways to get real-time quotes into it. One is through Interactive Brokers. One is through Tradier Brokerage Firm. Both excellent. Max Payne, this is for option analytics. I can put it up very quickly. Shows you, I'm not going to go into the analytics, but you can take a look at all the option chains. You can take a look at implied volatilities, which we use when we're buying and selling options, option statistics. There's a ton of information in the trading platform. So what I'd like to do is I'd just like to have a quick poll so that I can get a feel for the audience, and then I'll show you some of the trades that we're doing in the investor side. And besides Apple, we'll see if we can find maybe a good trade that lines up well. So let me go in and see if I can select a poll here. So my first question is, are you currently a subscriber? If I could have one of you type, can you see the results in the pop-up? Can you just type? Okay, yes, good. Okay, so about 1/3 of you are currently subscribers, and okay, so no one can see the results, which is kind of strange. I was hoping you'd be able to see those. I guess I'll have to describe the results. 60% of you are, and 40% of you are not subscribers. So I'll ask the next question. Those of you who are subscribers, would you recommend one option? And I've got 100% yes, which I'm thankful for. And I've got about 50% of you have voted, so 100% yes. I am very glad to see that. If I saw any no's in there, I'd be calling you because I'd want to know what's going on. Final poll question. What is your trading frequency? Are you a day trader? Are you engaged in the market every day? Or are you a swing trader? So just because you're a day trader doesn't mean that you don't do any swing trades. It means you do swing trades and day trades. But if you say you're a swing trader, it means you really don't do day trades very much. And so I've got about 55% of you, almost 60% are day traders, 45% swing traders. So 55 day, 45 swing. And I'm going to close the poll. And now I just want to make sure that everyone is able to still see the main screen with the chart of PB. So if you could just let me know, I'd appreciate it. And I believe you might be able to see the poll results now. And so I'm going to close that down. And now hopefully we are showing the screen again. So can everybody see the chart again? Perfect. All right, I finally figured out how to use the poll feature on GoToWebinar. All right, so let me go into the investor products very quickly. And I'm going to be going onto the website This is the home page, www.oneoption.com. So if you are a day trader, you'll want to focus on the trading products. Okay, they include the platform, the scanner, and the chat room. Okay, everything that you've just seen is included. Now, if you sign up for, and you can see that it's $600 a quarter, if you sign up for this, everything is included, but you do still need to get a real-time quote feed. You can open an account with Tradier Brokerage. They'll have it open in a matter of hours. You'll be able to interface, pull the real-time quotes in, and you won't even have to fund the account. I encourage you to do that because they've got all sorts of, their commissions are super, super low. But just while you're getting used to everything, that's a great way for you to go. I'm going to go to the home page for just a second because I want to scroll down. This is a 1-week trial for the platform, the scanner, and the chat room. So if you were taking this 1-week trial and you're a trader, you'd probably want to open up that Tradier Brokerage account, pull in those real-time quotes. Interactive Brokers also offers an interface. So if you have an Interactive Brokers account, you're set. I just learned this week that Interactive Brokers will let you sign up for an account. You just have to provide your name and email address. That's it. Nothing more. And they'll set up an account that allows you to pull in 15-minute delayed quotes, and you'll be able to interface the platform with that. I haven't tried it yet. Once you go through the 1-week trial, you're going to see us make money every single day. And then you're going to get pretty excited about it. But I'd encourage you to watch the videos, and then after you've taken the trial, if it's your first time that you've signed up for the Trader subscription, you can get the first quarter for $300. So that's half. After the first quarter, you'll have made so much money in that trading room. You're going to learn the system. You're going to learn the pattern. You won't mind paying the full price. So after that, you will go up to the normal price, and you'll gladly pay it. Trust me. We've got a very, very good core of traders right now. Everybody's learning the pattern, and they're making money. So it's a very, very good environment to be in. A lot of smiling faces. This is the 1-week trial for the investor products. It includes stock trader, option buyer, credit spreader. Many of you might want all three. If you trade options, you'll probably want both option buyer and credit spreader because market conditions change, and sometimes when you have high implied volatilities, credit spreading might be the way to go, and I might not be doing a lot of option buying. There might be other times when options are cheap and I'm doing more option buying. If you get both, you'll be set up for almost any market condition that you're faced with. I'm going to click on investors because I want to show you these products now. And then we'll go back into the platform and we'll take a look at some of them. So Stock Trader trades stocks that are under $20. They fit the pattern. The beauty of these products is that they are swing trading products. They're held overnight. Everything is automated, and I'll show you how that works in a minute. Every one of these products has a track record. So if I click on Stock Trader, quite honestly, we've done okay. We started in August. We're up about 25%. We've had a lot of little trades. You can see back in here, we're having a hard time kind of finding it when the market was chopping around in September, but we've been able to get on some really nice trades recently. The issue that I've had is the Russell 2000 has not participated in this rally, so a lot of these stocks under $20 are not going. I'm hoping that with the January effect coming up, we'll probably do a lot better in the small cap stocks. But wait till you see this. So Stock Trader, it is going to come around. I mean, a 20% return is nothing to be upset with, especially when the market's had one of the biggest corrections that we've seen. Net, I think the market's probably about flat from where it was in August. We're up 25%. That's after commissions. Option buyer is only buys options, and the implied volatility is under 35. And this track record is unbelievable. That is since August. Up 1,000% if you took a look at the money that was allocated to each trade. When I told you we caught that sell-off, I meant it. Look at all these trades that we had on as the market tanked. And then we waffled around a little bit while the market was trying to, we're up, we're down, we're up, we're down. So it was hard to get in a position, and the system does have stops and it does have targets. And then here we go. Now we start getting on it. And you can see we just had 100% winner, 2 100% winners today. We had one a couple days ago. We had one on the 15th. We are just absolutely killing it. And we've got some nice trades on right now. So I'm going to go into investors again, and I'll show you credit spreader. For those of you who like to sell premium, we're doing really well here too. Now, I only give you the short strike. You'll need to go out and figure out which option you want to buy. You can buy 1 strike out. You can buy 2 strikes, 3 strikes out. It's up to you. Structure the trade according to your risk tolerance. We're up 83%. This is based on a naked margin requirement, which I use 20% of the underlying. That's not even the naked margin requirement. The naked margin requirement's much less than 20%. So if you were creating spreads, you would do much better than this number even. And that's since August. And we recently got out of some really, really nice trades. So if you like credit spreading, this is a great system. And I'm going to show you, and before I leave the page, I want to mention one thing. This tutorial page has so much information on it. Look at all these videos, and you will see a video posted here tonight. It'll be the webinar. So it'll be right there after tonight's presentation. Come in here and you can learn about the pattern that we trade and everything that we do. So please spend some time there. I'm going to go back to the investor page because these prices all show $119. After I finish the presentation tonight, they're going to be $99.95, and I'm going to leave them up there for a few hours tonight. And I'm going to change them. I'm going to put them right back up to $120. They've all performed extremely well. These are a bargain at this price anyway. So let me do one thing that will allow you to show you how the trades actually look when you're logged in. And I'm not able to do that. I wish I were able to because of my current login. Let me try and do that for you so you can see what the actual trades look like. You go into My Stocks once you're logged in. By the way, you do not get the chat room with the investor product. I'll repeat that. You do not get the chat room when you're subscribed to the investor product. I'll go into Option Buyer, and then you can see what we bought, what the price was, what the P&L is, and these P&Ls are all end of day, so they're 1 day behind, if you will. You can see the entries, you can see the exits, you can see the open positions, and then in the account area, you can configure text alerts. So you can get texted every time there's a trade alert coming through. So that gives you the long and short of the investor products. Again, I'm going to be offering that 20% off. You can sign up tonight for $99. And let's go back in and let's see if we can find a couple of trades because I want you attended tonight. I appreciate it. I'm going to see if I can find a couple of trades that are setting up that might have options. And we're going to go in. We had a nice rally, so I'm going to be looking. Apple I already gave you. I'm looking for something with good liquidity, good option liquidity. Collins does not have it. I think the banks will perform pretty well. The only problem with the banks is that they tend to be a little bit choppy. These options on Citi are going to trade in penny increments. You can see the liquidity is fantastic. So I would like getting long any of these banks. And the notion is that there's still a possibility for a December rate hike. So the banks should perform well into year end. And we'll take a look at the 5-minute. You can see the nice steady price action. Even during the FOMC statement, you can see how bank stocks still shot higher. Great relative strength in there. So I do like Citi. There's your pattern. Tight price compression, buy signal, good volume poking up. JPM is another bank. I actually like that one a little bit better. A little tighter price compression in here. Excellent option liquidity. Very nice little breakout. I know one thing I forgot to show you. This is an interface that pops up throughout the course of the day. It shows me all of the stocks that have conformed to these specific patterns. So these are all trades that came up that did not get confirmed by me. So I look at this constantly throughout the day. You can see BAC, you can see a lot of stocks in here. Bear spreads, bull spreads, call buyer. So I use my market bias. I take a look at each one of these manually. So when I see it come up, I enter the symbol, I review the stock, and then I decide if I want to take the trade or not. So you get the power of the system, power of the pattern, and you get 25 years of experience when I take a look at this. That's how you produce the results that I was showing you in the investor. Now, for those of you who are in the chat room, I don't want you to get all upset, that I feel like maybe I should have that instead of doing the chat room. We find even better trades in the chat room, and we find them on an ongoing basis. So although those products have been doing well on Investor, I think on a day-to-day basis, we're finding trades a lot earlier than what I can even get in those products. So let's see if we can find maybe one more in here. OSK doesn't have good option liquidity, but I did like that breakout here. And I'm going to take a look and see if I can find something in Pop Bull here. Take one of these off. I'm just going through and I'm looking for option liquidity. This is actually pretty dang nice. This is Corning, GLW. So there you can see the nice little breakout through horizontal resistance. This is an easy trade to manage, okay? It's another reason I like it. You've got your breakout through horizontal resistance. You have your buy signal. You've got excellent volume. And right there, that horizontal line right there, 1840, let's call it, that's your stop. If the stock pulls back below it, get the heck out. But I think this stock has a nice chance to grind up to maybe 1950 or so. We'll overlay the 100-day moving average. We're through it. The 200-day moving average is way above it. So we've got plenty of room to move in here. And we got fantastic option liquidity. GLW. So there's another trade for you. So we had a couple. We had a couple of banks. We had, I think, Citi we looked at. I liked it. JP Morgan I liked better. We had Apple. And There's 3 good trades for you to take a look at. Interactive Brokers was another one that I noticed today. I really like that. It doesn't have good option liquidity, but it definitely a good day trading stock. So you've got a feel hopefully tonight for what day traders get. It's not just a chat room. The chat room is kind of the glue that holds everything together. This platform has so many features to it. The videos will teach you how to use it. I'll teach you how to find the patterns. The searches are very, very specific to where there are days, you don't get an FOMC statement every week. There are days when you might have 10 stocks in here, and it is very easy pickings. You go in, you take a look at it, you go, oh, that thing is going to go. And then you wait for the price compression. I'm telling you, if you take the trial, you're going to see us making money in the chat room every day. But you have to learn the pattern, and you have to stick to the pattern. The people that come in and try it are the ones that start to do their own thing. And that's where they lose money, is on their own trades. They don't lose money following the trades we do in the chat room. So if you fully embrace it, I'm going to teach you how to trade very, very effectively. And then the investor products we've already taken a look at. So I'd like to conclude the presentation with Q&A. So if you'd please use the interface, if you've got any questions that you'd like to ask, I'd be happy to answer them. For those of you who are subscribers, my gosh, if you've got questions about the platform or some things that you're seeing in the chat room, please ask. Scott, you're asking if I could go back over the first quarter thing. If you are signing up as a trader, your first quarter, just go to the home page. Go to the home page, and go to the bottom of the home page, and you can click this and get your first quarter for $300. The system is going to know if you've subscribed before, so it is smart that way. And it will be set up for auto renewal, and it will auto renew at the $5.99 rate. And so yes, when you sign up for $300, it includes the platform, the scanner, the chat room. After that, it goes to the normal price. Scott, if you're a day trader, sign up. I promise you're going to like it. So all the arrows on the chart don't necessarily create a recommendation. Bob, that's correct. The arrows on the chart are very accurate. They're very good, but we're looking for price pattern specifically, and we're looking for that buy signal and a couple of other things. And we've got the searches to actually help us find stocks that have all of those elements that we're looking for. So that price compression and the buy signal and the volume, I mean, that's what these stocks will do. When I see a stock in here, I know it conforms automatically. Let's see here. Tom, did I send a sell on DD? I did. Should have had a trade alert on DD. If not, get out tomorrow, and you'll probably get out better than we did because that stock closed on the high of the day. Did have a sell signal in there late. And it closed way up here. So if you didn't get the alert, consider yourself lucky. You might check your junk email to see if it went in there. Let's see. Brent, you're talking about the Apple trade? Nicely done. You bought the Apple for 112, sold the 115 call, 250 debit. Should you buy back the call or let it get exercised? Once you're in a debit spread and the stock goes your way all the way, just let it go. Let it go and consider yourself maxed out on the trade. If you can get out near the maximum price, which you probably can because they're all the way in now. So if you bought it for 250, you should be able to sell it for 3. And in that case, I would try and sell it for as close to 3 as you can get. They probably won't fill you at 3, but they might fill you at 295 or 298. It should be pretty close. But yeah, I would take your profits and evaluate Apple as if you've never looked at it before and kind of start clean. Whenever I have spreads on and I start lifting legs and trying to twist out of them and manage it, it never seems to work out well for me. That's just my personal experience. What's the best way to get up to speed during the first quarter with the system? Great question. First, what I suggest is just spending time in the chat room. And once you're in the chat room for a few days, you'll start to get a feel for the pattern that we're looking for. Then you want to get the platform downloaded and you want to spend lots of time in this tutorial section. And there's a scroll bar here so you can see all the videos that you have just for the platform. There's the scanner, the brokerage interface, and then the trading patterns. If you spend the time in here and then you start working with the platform, I'd say after about 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to be pretty proficient at everything. Then it's just a matter of really getting the pattern down, which I make it pretty easy. It's not too complicated. There's just a visual confirmation process that you go through, and while you're learning it, you're going to see us posting trades in the chat room that conform. So you can follow our trades and feel pretty good about following them. Are you able to do auto trading with the platform? No, I don't offer any kind of auto trading. I did have auto trade set up with the system signals, but quite honestly, I think if you're a day trader, you want to be involved in the trade. You want to be there buying and selling. So I don't offer auto trading. I don't offer it for the investor products. I'm asked constantly. This is going to come across pretty harsh, but if you don't have the time to look at a trade signal and look at a chart on your mobile phone and place the trade, then this is probably not the place for you. So I don't want people having surprises and auto trading and look at how easy this is. Wow, look at the money just roll in. I don't think it should be that easy. I think you should have buy-in. I think you should have to review the trade. I think you should have to make a conscious decision if you want to do the trade or not. If you don't have the 5 minutes to do it, there are other services that will auto trade. That's just my personal opinion, and you're getting this from somebody who invented auto trading about 25 years ago. I went to all the newsletter writers when I was in the brokerage business. We had one of the larger options operations in the whole country. Nobody wanted to do options in 89 and 90. Nobody. We did. And we had all the exchange memberships. And so we were providing auto trading for all the newsletter writers back then. Nobody else had even thought of it. So, or they didn't want to do option trading. So I know auto trading. I want people to know the trade. I want them to understand what's going on. I don't want them to have surprises. So I don't offer it. I'm kind of expecting people to put the time and effort in. Lou is asking, why did DD have a sell signal when it closes near the high of the day? Haha, that's my secret. I'll never tell you. I spent many, many years developing this trading system, and I don't divulge anything that happens with it. So it tends to pick inflection points very well, but that might be a good sell signal. It might not be a good sell signal for DD, but I'll tell you that oftentimes it comes up with the trade signals when it looks like the stock should absolutely be heading higher, and it's right an awful lot of the time. Does the tutorial mention what trading platform accounts for day trading stocks? David, I'm not too sure about the question there. All of the day trading takes place in my platform. Okay, so my platform is interfaced with Interactive Brokers or Tradier, one of the two, but the platform is one option. And the tutorials here do mention the one option platform. So it talks about everything that I kind of showed you tonight, the how to create a watch list, how to put technical studies up on the chart, what some of the different proprietary things are, the 1.0 squeeze that we use. All those things are in the video. So you need an Interactive Brokers account, or you need a Tradier brokerage account to get real-time quotes in. Yes, that is true. And it's critical. As I mentioned earlier, Tradier is a deep, deep discounter. 35 cents per option contract, $3.45 all the stock you want to buy. So very, very cheap. And if you open an account with them, they'll have it open in hours, and you don't even have to fund it, and they'll turn the quotes on. So as soon as they assign an account number, you can interface with it. But I think if you use them, you'll be really happy with them, and you'll want to trade through them. Interactive Brokers, excellent brokerage firm too. So, don't want to take anything away from them. Their rates are a little bit higher, but it's an excellent platform too. Is there a recording of the webinar? There will be a recording of the webinar. You should get an email sent tonight with a link to the webinar. You can also, give me about an hour, you can also go into the tutorial page. I'm going to click on it right now, and you can scroll down to the bottom of it, and you'll see it posted right there. It'll say webinar 10/28/15. You can click it and watch it. So you'll be able to review all of the information tonight. And I believe that is going to conclude tonight's presentation. I'll simply mention that in about 2 minutes, you're going to see these prices go down to $99.95, and sometime tomorrow before the open, I'm going to raise them right back up. In fact, I might even do it tonight once I'm done rendering everything. So you'll have a couple of hours to sign up. All of them are excellent. Check out the track record. I was going to show you a couple of current trades that we have on, but I'm going to kind of conclude it. If you have any questions, you can click Live Help and launch the chat, and I'd be happy to answer any additional questions that you have. But thank you so much for attending. I think I've given you 4 excellent trades to take a look at for tomorrow that have liquid options. So I hope to have you aboard. Thank you. Good night.